Hello. I didn't plan for this. I am sitting here today because this is crazy. Everything is crazy right now. And I need to wash my hair. So I thought, since I have my lovely Instagram page with all my hair stuff on it, I thought, why not show you like how I wash it? I don't know. Thought it'd be fun. And because I got, I'm kidding. I got this new product from Coco Eve. It's called Like a Virgin. Well, Frizz Fix and Pro Shine Mist. And then it says Brun Anti-Frissotti et Pro Brilliance. Peptide and hyaluronic acid. I already use their stuff, but this is a new product that I saw. And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna give it a go. And just for transparency's sake, this is not sponsored. I would love it if they did though. Oh my gosh. But I also have this, I've been using this for like a year or two now, maybe. The Like a Virgin Super Hydrating Shampoo and the Like a Virgin Super Hydrating Cream Conditioner. This is my go-tos, honestly. Been using them for maybe a year or two now. Whenever they came out, I bought it. I'm like, oh, this looks nice. It has been nice. So that's what we're gonna be using. And then we're gonna, I guess, top it off with this. Oh, I forgot my leave-in. One moment. I have my leave-in conditioner. It's called Hydrating and Detangling Leave-In Conditioner. I have been using this stuff for a little while. Like this and this and this for a very long. These were first. Ooh. These were first, and then I discovered this while I was on their website. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. I really liked it. So this one and these two for today. And then I'll top it off and we'll actually use this and see what goes on. However, not to be one of those people and be like, hey, follow me while you do my hair. I thought I would tell you about a time where I was being stalked by a person when I was much younger. The more that I think about this particular story, the more I wonder if it actually happened or not. Because I feel like when we're growing up in the year 2020, no, I'm kidding. When we're growing up, I feel like there's things that you remember like vividly, like, oh yeah, this happened on this day and then we did this and blah, blah, blah. And then you tell someone, maybe like your family or your friend that was potentially there or not, and they're like, girl, that did not happen. What are you talking about? So part of me thinks that I made this up, but part of me remembers that day like it was yesterday. So I don't know. Also, I hate it when it's fucking time to wash my hair and this bitch wants to do like, look at my waves, they're amazing. Shut up. And then like 3 seconds later, it's gone. Ugh. Anyway, so here it is in its greasy glory. Basically, what I do is like I just shampoo this kind of like top bit up here, and then I condition the rest of it. So. This may be a little difficult. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try my best to do everything right here. But if I'm finding it hard, we will do like a be right back, and then I'll do what I need to do. But first, I need to get this mop wet. Now this is the part where I'm a bit scared. I'm not scared, but like, oh gosh, okay. I'm just not used to doing it this way. You know what I mean? So there's just hair all up in my face and your face currently. Oh, this water is pretty warm, so I'm glad. See, problem is the way I set this up, there's no way for me to be able to put my whole head in. So, we'll do a be right back, and then I'll be right back. One moment. All right, my hair is thoroughly wet. Now, everything's actually wet. That's hilarious. I'm gonna start with the shampoo, and then we'll continue. Forgot to do this. Again, clearly not sponsored, because I'm so unprofessional. And I look like a drowned rat right now, but that's okay. It's such a bad image. Drowned rat. Why are we so cruel as a human species? I'll just put like a meh amount. What I usually do is I kind of get in there with the shampoo as best as I can. I rinse it out and then I go again, because you can see my hair can get pretty greasy, and it's not for me. Like, I feel like I'm not doing anything to make it greasier. It just hates me. So I kind of go and see, it's not even lathering, but once I rinse this out and go again, we're in Lather Town, baby. We're gonna do another, and let's see her back. So, as you can see, I actually now have a proper lather going. I just needed to get that first kind of layer off. And basically speaking, we gotta rinse this off, and then I don't think I need to repeat. I think I'm good. But like, look at how good this fucking, like, look at, it's doing the thing. And then when I wash it out, it feels so good. Anyway, so this is what I do. I kind of just go into basically the scalp down to the nape. Ooh, look at me using the proper terms. And then I just rinse that out. So let's do that. All right, now that I have washed all of the shampoo out of my hair, it feels so much better. But now that means we get to do the fun part. I love putting in my conditioner. Okay, so I'm just gonna wet this first. Let's get to detangling, and then we can put the conditioner in. Anyway, so while I'm detangling, I'll get back into it. So yeah, remember I was talking before about things that you think happened as a child, or like as a younger person, that you believe happened, like absolutely, but sometimes someone can be like, girl, that did not happen at all. Well, I kind of have a story like that. Let's see, I'm gonna say I was anywhere between like 11 to 12. So that happened, and at the time I was going to like a primary school, which is an elementary school for all you Americans in the audience, and kind of like my parents are really not protective. I would say that's not the right word to use. I'd probably say like restrictive. However, they did allow me to walk from my house to school and walk back, because like technically speaking they were within the same vicinity of each other, kind of, and other kids did it anyway. So in the morning, like the direction I'd be walking would be, you know, a bunch of kids would go, and on the way home, same deal. So now this is where we get our first like potential inconsistency that I don't know if it happened or didn't, but it's just so vivid in my mind. I remember it being a day that for one reason or another, I was not at school. Maybe it was a day off that we had, or maybe it was, I don't know, right? But another thing we have to add to the story is that there are, in the area that I lived in at the time, there were like multiple schools next to each other. There was like a Catholic school, which I went to. There was like a public school, which I used to go to. And then there was like a school that was like a high school, right? So at the time I went to the Catholic school, praise Jesus and all that. And I used to go to the public school, but I got bullied so bad that I had to leave. Yup, that happened. So I remember being not at my Catholic school for whatever the reason that was on that particular day. But it must have been like close to, oh my God, get off. It must have been close to when I stopped going to the public school. There were some people in there that I were like, oh, friends, even though they probably didn't even know me properly, honestly. And I was still new to the country, so that's why I'm staying up. Probably it was 11 or 12. I moved here when I was 10, so anyway. And for one reason or another, my memory says to me that I asked to go to the public school to like say hi to people. Conditioner time. One moment. Let's pause for the conditioner. Hello? Let's pause. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. Okay, so I kind of just go from here down and I kind of rake it in with my hands and try to get from kind of root to tip. And then I just brush it through with my brush full of my hair until I kind of start seeing like white come through. To me, that's like, yep, it's on there type of thing. I feel like my hair is like low porosity. I don't know anything about this, even though I'm a haver of long hair, so I probably should know about this, but I just don't. Just because, I don't know, I've never, like I just do what I do, you know? I just do what I do. Let's just brush it through now with my getting incredibly, I'm starting to see some white come through. You can see that? Yes. I was going to the school to say hi to people who I haven't seen in a little bit at this time. I'm not sure, right? And I don't know why. In my memory, my parents let me go. Like they said yes, which is not true in cases such as every other day in my life when I was still living with my parents, right? Not true, because that would not be a request they would say yes to. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Hey, okay. So now that's done, we just now leave it to sit for a bit and then I'll rinse it, I'll wash it out. And what time is it now? Okay, 22 on the clock. You know those tarot people? Anyway, so we are going, I'm walking. You have to pass the train station, like the train tracks. Keep walking. Just literally keep going straight until you hit the main road, and then you take a left, and then you keep walking for a little bit, maybe like 5 minutes, not even. And then you get to the school. So here I am. This is how it plays out in my head. Here I am. I'm walking. I get to the train tracks, right? And I'm walking this way. And from the distance, getting closer to me, is a person walking this way. And they are, and I kid you not, what is happening? Oh, there's a hair. Of course there is. There's a person walking my direction, sorry, the opposite direction that I'm going in. And they are in head to toe white. Like, they're in a white suit jacket, white, like, creased pants, white, like, dress shoes. Everything is the same shade of white. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, that's weird. So they're walking this way, I'm walking this way. Here's the train tracks. We cross the train tracks and I see out of the corner of my eye that they like cross and then they turn around and they start following me. I noticed that. And I was thinking to myself, I'm 10, 11, or 12. I can't remember. I'm 11 or 12. And I'm being followed by a person in a white suit. This is not cool. So I remember being like, okay, don't panic. So I kind of kept walking. He was still following. Walking, he was still following. I'm like, okay, what if I quicken my pace? So I quickened my pace. He matched. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I'm like, okay. what if I start running? He starts running. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So there's as you're walking up to the main road, there's, you know, multiple turns to go into different streets, and I'm like, okay. What I'm gonna do is, this is like my like Tomb Raider in my head. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be really cool. But I wasn't thinking like that at the time. But now in hindsight, I'm like, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep going straight, and I'm gonna turn left. There's a big tree, and then like a left. I'm gonna turn left, and then like kind of unturn left and go behind the big tree. And he goes and he turns left, and I can see him. I'm hiding behind the tree, and he's like looking around, like, oh, where'd he go? And then he like gives up and walks away. You would think I would immediately go home at that point. I'm like, no. So I kept walking. I went to the school. I said hi to people, and I came back home, and I didn't tell my parents, because I think they would have like revoked my leaving the house license, which I didn't have. That's not a thing. I just made it up. But I feel like they would have done that. So yeah. Oh, would you look at that? It's time to rinse, or, you know, try to rinse. Okay, this is gonna be a little difficult. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna put this in here. Okay, so for context, I went and did the rest of me, and then we'll just deal with the hair. Okay, now what I do after I've come out of the shower, just go through, and then I start my scrunch journey. So, and I forget a step. I kind of try to take out some of the wetness in my scalp area, because like this top part doesn't need to be that wet, right? And then I kind of just do one of these, right? And then do one of those, because these are all technical names, by the way. And I just kind of give it a squeeze, right? And now we're back to it. So I kind of just end up throwing it in a low ponytail and just kind of letting it dry. I know that a lot of people just kind of leave it out. My hair is wavy by itself. Like, I'll show you what I mean. Like, so, and if I leave it without doing anything, it just gets so not good. So I kind of just start giving it the old scrunch, right? I don't know if you can hear that, but it's making all these squelchy noises, right? So we do that, I do that, yep. Do my infamous, who knows? In middle part, because that's just me. I put it in a low ponytail, try to get it as best as I can, and then kind of just try to detangle as much as I can. And now we go in with my little buddy here, the hydrating, detangling, leave-in conditioner. You might be like, you're putting a detangling thing after you've detangled your hair? Yeah. Yay much, right? And then I kind of go with like a two-handed method. Patented, thank you. Patent pending, actually. And I just do it with like one hand at a time. So I put it in, and I do the other side. And it doesn't really take me too long, to be honest. Kind of give it a quick shake, right? And then we're kind of left here. See, that looks really cool. Now, moment of truth. Let's see how this fares. All right, what do we have? Frizz Fix and Pro Shine Mist. Whoa, there's a lot of text inside the box. That's crazy. You can't even tell. Anyway, this is what it looks like. It's very cute. I like the unique packaging. It says, spray onto damp hair, comb through to ensure each strand is thoroughly coated, then style as usual. Can be used on dry hair wherever needed throughout the day. Suitable for everyday use. Okay. Cool, all right, so it smells nice. It smells like candy, fruity, but also neutral. So That's very interesting. Okay, so I put some on, and that's basically it. But I guess, do we want to check back in after it fully dries and see how it goes? Let me know. But for now, I'm done. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. This was really hard to do. But yeah, that was fun. I have other interesting stories. I have normal stuff, like if you would like. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Goodbye.